A man arrested earlier this year in connection with a deadly mass shooting following the Howes St. Patty's Parade is calling for his release. Marquavius McLeod faces 7 felony counts in connection with the March 22nd shooting in downtown Jackson that left 1 dead and 7 others injured. McLeod is accused of shooting and killing Cortez George near the intersection of Pearl and Lamar Streets. He and his brother Michael are arrested March 27th. Their cases were bound over to Hinds County Court March 28th. Now, since then, McLeod says that he has not had a preliminary hearing. In July, his attorney filed a request to schedule that hearing, but as of December 26th, no date has been set.